Welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing the post-Maria fiber deployment. More information in the first video on this channel. We'll leave a card in the top right hand side of the screen. Flow's network build out. So we have the old fiber network build and the new fiber build. Right. The only difference is, as you'll see a little later on, is that there's one type with a screw, and there's the other type you just plug the SC connector into the fiber access terminal. In the old build area, we have Tarish Pit, Yampi, Stock Farm, Canefield, Fonkole, Walhouse, Leopoldville, Pat Salubia for the old build, lower and southern part of Point Michelle, Casa Comfort, Laplin, and parts of Portsmouth. And the new fiber build is basically everywhere else. And for Digicel's fiber build, so Digicel, after Hurricane Maria, while Domrec was running their high voltage network, Digicel was running their fiber network with them for the main river. And then while Domrec was building out the low voltage network, Digicel was also running their network as well. But they didn't really need to be with them for that one specifically. It's mostly for the main river on the island. So this is the Flow fiber access terminal, right? Once you see the orange numbers on it, then you know you have flow in your area. Alright, so this is the new build, and the old build right here. So there's a big box, usually it's a 16 port FAT. Sometimes it could be a 8 port as well. The smaller one is 8 port FAT. And then for here, this is also 8 port FAT, but this is on the old build. So as you can see, this FAT right here only has 3 connections. One feeding it from the exchange, one to go to the left, one to go to the right. That's called the male. And the female FAT has all the customers connected to it, as you can see here. And as for the Digicel fiber access terminal, it is basically the same type of box, but it looks a little different on the inside. But this is what it would look like on the outside as well. It wouldn't have orange numbers, it would just have white numbers and letters on it. And for the flow rib, the first thing you look for is the orange on the cable. That will tell you if it's a flow cable or not. Second thing you look for is this tensioner right here and this clamp, this type of clamp to hold up the rib as well. That's what pass looks like from the front and from the back as well. That is the messenger, what's actually holding up the fiber, and the fiber cable is up here. As for Digicel's fiber rib, once you look for this type of clamp, you have one Digicel's network. It looks almost similar to Domlec as well, but there are slight differences. And this is the drop wire clamp for flow. Here we have the plastic, and the metal clamps. The plastic have recently started being used, but the metal clamps are what were used before. And these are Digicel's drop wire clamps. They're different sizes depending on the spans they have to run at distance from pole to pole. But yeah, basically similar to flow. As is flow drop wire, over here we have the ComScope cable. This is the ComScope connector for the old building network. And this is also ComScope. But within the ComScope, you also have Clicker, which is white going inside, which is what you usually see on the inside of your home. And this is the SC connector. This is the end of the white inside your home. This is also what's inside the new build as well. Unless you're using figure 8, which we'll see in the next slide. So here is the figure 8 drop wire and connector. It comes in rolls and it comes pre-terminated, but you can also cut it off and add this type of connector as well, in case you have too much fiber and you don't want to leave it at the customer's premises. That's also an option as well. And for Digicel, we have the external drop wire for the outside and we have the internal drop wire for the inside. But with Digicel, they don't terminate them. They come pre-terminated, so they usually leave slack on your house. That's why you see the big box outside, as you'll see later on inside. And this is the inside. As you can see, the dust caps around them to protect them. These are very critical if the fiber is not in use, so that dust doesn't get on them. Here we have the flow modem. This is the Circom gateway and the Circom ONT or optical network terminal. Right, so this is what converts the fiber signal into electrical signal that goes up to the gateway, and then the gateway converts it to a Wi-Fi signal or Ethernet, up to you. and this is the Circom gateway as well, and the Atron gateway. This one's more advanced, but it basically does the same thing, just with a little more range in my opinion. But other than that, they basically do the same thing. Now this is the digital modem, or the ONU. It says ONT here, but it's actually ONU. But basically does the same thing, it's just a modem and a gateway combined into one. This is what we're all used to. And you can see the 4 port at the back. This is a smaller one, this is a bigger one. This one also has 2 phone ports at the back instead of 1 as well. I can also handle more devices simultaneously. Moving on. This is the Flow STB or TV box. And this is the Flow TV box remote as well. Nothing too fancy. Moving on. This is the digital box, although it's been changed many times, but this is basically what it looks like. As well as this is the digital remote. Now this is the Flow. This is Flow Exchange right here on the right hand side, and the left hand side is the Flow pop or distribution point. So it can either be on a pole or on the ground. Like I said in the beginning, if you look at the video at first, you will see the other type up on the poles as well. Now this is usually painted in blue and white, kind of like the Wasco, but it would usually say Flow on it, or at least you would see the ACs around them. When you see the ACs, then you know this is it, as well as another giveaway. This is cell site right here. It's usually on the premises of the exchange. And this is the digital pop field pop as well, or exchange. And the exchange can also act as a distribution point as well. You can bring one main fiber and then send back on multiple fibers to go to different communities around the area. Right? So as you can see the ECs as well. You can see the cabinet, and you can see the generator, backup generator. So in case you lose power, you can still use both network services. And this is what the inside of the exchange looks like. Sometimes it could be virtual, sometimes it could be physical. You could have something much smaller and still turn it into an exchange. As we can see here, we have the OLT right here, which is patched. Each port can hold up to 1,024 customers. That's just overall, but you don't really have all that many customers in like one community. So, but yeah, it's just extra capacity just in case you need it or whatever. Down here, you can see the batteries, ground cable, right? These are also more batteries, it's a different type. And then we have the patch panels up here, patch panels below here. This is a network edge router as well. So this is basically will connect straight back to the digital head end, and then this will connect to the OLT, and then the OLT will give power to send the optical light out of the network. You'll see it'll pass here. It might go to the patch panel first, or it might go straight, pass here, go up and out to be distributed around the different areas. This is a Flow Primex box or Splice box. It's not really needed, as you can go straight inside the house, but sometimes if there's like a fault externally and the customer is not home, then you can always fix it on the outside without going inside the house, if it can be confirmed before we get there. Like if the customer says a truck pass and burst the cable, then the tech would know exactly what to do. This is also the CommScope cable as well. You can see it passing here, going back outside. And this is the clear curve. When you strip the CommScope, you get the clear curve. Passing there, going and then back into the customer's house. Right. This is CommScope, and this one is figure 8. Right. So figure 8 coming from outside. It goes inside the spice box, comes out as CommScope, and it goes inside the customer's premises. There is a white figure 8 for inside as well, but it's not really used as much. And then this is the digital box that I was talking about earlier, where you would wrap the cable inside. As you can see, the figure 8 on the outside, outer layer, and the clicker on the inner layer. I'm not quite sure why he's bringing in another figure 8, unless he's taking this to run it back to the pole. I'm not 100% sure why he's doing this, but he has his reasons. And then this is what it will look like mounted up on the house itself. That's all for now. In the next video, we'll be discussing the company's history of digital flow Epic, Wikibully, Mappin, SAP, OAJ, Cape Town Wireless, Liberty Latin America, all these companies. Until next time.